Hello everyone, beautiful souls. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eve, and as we dive in here, I am looking at the universal cosmic guidance of this giant alignment or stellium that we are having here in the first 2 weeks of February of 2021. It's going to be having significant reverberations in our lives for the rest of this year and in fact many years to come. The last time we had an alignment similar to this but not as powerful was January and February of 1962. That was the last time both Jupiter and Saturn were in the sign of Aquarius. At that time though, Jupiter was quite a bit ahead of Saturn already, whereas right now they've been running pretty close to each other. Though in that year as well, in the month of January and February, we had a Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. So there's a lineup of energy there. Now in that time frame, there was also a pretty significant stellium or alignment, but it occurred over more like 4 weeks, as opposed to this time everything's lining up pretty much within about 7 or 8 days, which is a very, very powerful energy. And of course, we're going into the Chinese New Year here as well of the metal ox. So the planets involved in this beautiful alignment or stellium are the moon and the sun in the new moon in Aquarius. We have Mercury, incredibly powerful this week because it's conjoining Venus, the sun, and Jupiter. And then we have Venus involved and Jupiter as well. This beautiful lineup in Aquarius. And of course, they already touched upon Saturn last week. So pretty much the first 2 weeks of February 2021, we have this superior alignment in the sign of Aquarius, which is a really beautiful opening of this Stargate energy, this cosmic energy, which is what Aquarius is all about. And so for this video, I wanted to bring out my decks that bring in the guidance from the ancient ones, beyond Lemuria, and the Syrians. So I wanted to bring in that higher cosmic information here, and also a little bit of a message here from the Goddess Power Oracle Guidebook, because I feel like the Goddess is very much guiding us this year. And of course, we have Venus conjunct Jupiter this week. So I really wanted to pull that in as well. But let's start with messages for the Chinese New Year, which is the metal ox. What are the crystals and the animal medicine that is going to be guiding us throughout the rest of 2021 and that we can call on and access at any time? So please know all of the cards I'm pulling out today, except for perhaps the Tarot, please call on these energies. There's an alignment within the very cards themselves that I would like you to really focus in on. So for the stones, what I got was 2 stones, Bloodstone and Moonstone. And that is a green chalcedony with red jasper. And in ancient times, they considered the red jasper the blood of Christ. This stone is considered a very powerful stone, the bloodstone. And you're meant to be using the bloodstone when you want to revitalize yourself, rejuvenate yourself, when you've been overworked, you're tired, and you need to activate or cleanse your blood. So bloodstone is a powerful tool to be using throughout this year. And then Moonstone. It's kind of funny, we have Bloodstone and Moonstone, they both rhyme, right? Blood and moon. So by the blood of the moon or the blood moon, there might be a message here about the lunar eclipses and the solar eclipses that are coming up. Blood moons are specific to lunar eclipses, and of course the next eclipse corridor is coming up here in May and June, so something to pay particular attention to. But Moonstone is a shimmering protective talisman for travelers. So it's supposed to be a protective stone, but it's also a very intuitive stone. Use it under a new moon or a full moon to set intentions that align with your purest, life-affirming, inner child nurturing calling. And then under a full moon, Moonstone belongs in the bedroom. So something about the moon, the energy of the moon that you're activating here. And that's guiding you right now, not only to maybe be working with Moonstone, but to be super aware of the new moons and the full moons both. And of course the eclipses, because we have the bloodstone speaking to that energy. Okay, so those are the stones that are guiding us from the metal energy of the ox. And let's look at the animals. We have the lynx, the keeper of ancient secrets and mysteries. The lynx was very renowned and honored and respected in ancient Egypt. It was the keeper of the great mysteries, the books of knowledge. The lynx only foretold what it was meant to foretold, and it held on to the rest. That's why it was called the keeper of secrets. Within lynx medicine, we find that medicine of the oracle. The high priestess, I'm feeling very strongly within that card, okay? The keeper of secrets. So lynx medicine is guiding us here, but it's telling us that we have deep knowledge within us that we are meant to access this year, but also that we are building upon our knowledge base and our wisdom. So perhaps for many of you, there's certain studies that you're doing this year. Perhaps you're going back to school, or you're entering school, you're getting a master's, a PhD, but there's some form of study. Also with the lynx medicine, I'm getting teaching. Now if that would beautifully stay up there. So it's about learning and teaching and passing on that knowledge, but doing so from a place of only releasing what the student can hold. That's what I was looking for. Beautiful. And then we have the medicine of the deer, the most gentlest of all the Native American animals here. Deer medicine was considered very sacred by the Native Americans. And deer was also considered one of the most courageous of all of the animals. It was not afraid to get to the top of, I can't remember the name of the mountain in Native American, but it's called the sacred mountain of knowledge. So deer medicine is about using your gentleness and your kindness and your compassion of spirit to get the answers you seek. That you don't have to be aggressive or bulldoze over people to get it. That it's your kindness and your compassion and your patience that is going to bring these answers forward to you. And then the last animal medicine helping us is the mountain lion, which is about taking on accountability, responsibility, and positive leadership. It's also about willing to be visible. And see how the mountain lion is roaring there? It's about speaking your truth, not shying away in the shadows anymore, because the lynx sometimes is about the shadow work. Yeah, it's about the shadow work. Whereas the mountain lion is about being upfront and honest and in the limelight. So see how we have different energies here that are blending quite nicely here. We have secrets and wisdom. We have gentleness, compassion, and kindness, and courage. And we also have leadership, but leadership from knowing who we are, from our personal authenticity. So please feel free to call on these three animals and these crystals as your guiding talismans for the rest of this year and onward. Now, from the ancient ones, these are the messages that they are bringing us, okay? The pendulum. There are many decisions awaiting us in this energy of Aquarius. And it's knowing which is the right decision for us. Are we going to take the high road this time, or are we going to take the low road? not all pathways are truly meant for us. Okay, that's the message I'm getting here. So there's discernment you may want to take here. You may want to go within and tap into your intuitive body. Sit with it. Seek greater knowledge or messages or research. Do your research on it before you make that decision, but really sit with it and make sure that it is the right one for you. And look at that card. It is showing us a rainbow. And on either side of that heart, in the center, is two hearts. This is about the Trinity. It's about following the heart. So within our heart, in our intuitive body, is where the answers lie to guide us to the right decisions to make. And you are being called on here to make the decision of the heart, to follow the pathway of the heart. That is the higher road. Is it a riskier road? Absolutely. Doesn't mean you're going to succeed, but guess what? You are going to learn and your heart is going to be open. That is what is most important here. You have to follow your heart because your heart is going to bring you to the highest version and reality of what you want in your life. But this may not be an easy decision to come to, okay? And the swinging of the pendulum could be at stake where you're going to go back and forth. It's going to be a tough decision to make. But remember, it's the heart that contains the final answer here, which means it is love that needs to be the last guiding force for this decision. Okay. Now, also with the pendulum, it can represent a message that if you've been living your life on one side of the pendulum, that now your life is going to go to the other side. Okay. So if there's been a certain amount of lack or injustice or something that's been not in your life for a long time, the universe and the cosmos is telling you that get ready, it's about to swing in your favor or in the opposite direction now. Because this card, what I'm getting, is associated with the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So the pendulum ultimately wants to come to rest in the middle, which is the place of balance. What is our next message? Just that, message. Feathers. Our guides, our angels, our intuition, our inner knowing. We have so many messages around us, so much guidance from the higher realms. And those are the feathers of the angels. I love how so far in both of these pictures, we are seeing a circle. There's an energy around something circular, which is guiding us. This year is about achieving wholeness or things coming full circle into our life. And that brings me to the Wheel of Fortune. I think of the Judgment card, but mostly I think of the world. And of course, we're here in the year of 2021, and 21 is the World card in the Tarot. So something in our lives, something very big, is coming into full fruition or alignment here. And so feathers is also telling you that the messages are all around you. Open your eyes. Choose to see with different eyes, and you will see the messages that have been eluding you. It can also mean that there's going to be many messages coming to you throughout this year, and especially as we still move through this Aquarius time, because even though Pisces is about a week out from now, we have Mercury in Aquarius through the middle of March, and we have Venus there as well. So we've got a lot of Aquarius still going on right now. And of course, we have Saturn and Jupiter there as well. So that Aquarius energy, which is bringing messages, not only from the cosmos, from our higher mind and from our intuitive body, it's bringing messages to us from far away. Okay? People reaching out to us, perhaps from our distant past, or we haven't heard from in a while, messages that maybe we never thought we'd receive. And remember here, messages can also be coming to you in meditation time and through your dream world. So a very strong emphasis on messages and decisions this year. And then the last guidance from the ancient ones is knowledge. The book of destiny. Again, we have that circle of wholeness there. This is all about developing unity consciousness within ourselves, okay? That we contain that wisdom. And I'm going to put that below the links here because that pertains with the keeper of knowledge and secrets. Within you already there is great knowledge. There is great experience that lies there. And you may want to go in and get some readings done on yourself in terms of past lives and to want to tap into those past lives because there are many gifts that lie there within that knowledge and that remembering, okay? So with the book of knowledge, I'm feeling there's a remembering here. And that could even be a remembering here in this lifetime of the situations and the people that have truly affected our lives in the most powerful way. It's that remembering of the most significant events and people in our lives that have brought this greatest learning and knowledge and understanding to us, and a gratitude that comes from that. Now also, the book of knowledge is again speaking of learning, right? And that there's some books you might want to read, that there's books out there waiting for you, or perhaps there's a book within you that it is now time to write, okay? So these are our theme cards. Then these are the animals, the animal totems, and the crystals that are here as tools guiding you. But these are our themes: decisions, messages, and knowledge. And so let's get further guidance here from beyond Lemuria on how to access these messages, how to work with them and bring them into fullness in our life this year. Harmonic Flight. Okay, this is without a doubt the card of sacred union. Twin souls, twin flames coming into sacred union. This is your divine counterpart. But this is also the card of coming together within yourself, between your divine masculine and your divine feminine. It's about taking harmonic flight now with your divine counterpart. I'm really getting, and look at that, the infinity symbol is above it. You are coming into union this year within yourself, with a sacred divine other. This is one of the cards of cosmic relationships, okay, which is my new series on Instagram. Do check it out, because on my Instagram channel, I have several series running there, and I'm really adding to them every week. And I'm doing it with the purpose of bringing guidance to you so you can go back and listen to them over and over again as a way to bring messages and help to you, okay? So harmonic flight, it's the flight of union. Beautiful, beautiful card. A lot of sacred counterparts coming together this year. And of course, with that, we have balanced forces. Again, a card of the divine masculine and feminine. And here we have the sun, that we have the eclipse energy behind that. Look at that. Another message about the upcoming eclipse corridor. Balanced forces and harmony. So the key here to union is coming into inner balance within ourself, that we have to balance out whatever inner conflicts we may have going on within ourselves. We have to come into that inner balance. And that inner balance is bringing the parts of ourselves that maybe aren't in complete integration, that maybe there's some inner conflict happening here, perhaps between our mind and our heart, or different parts of our belief systems. We're wanting to integrate these forces that lie within us, because we are divine cosmic beings having a human expression, and balanced forces is our chakra system. So it's knowing that you have to go in and balance all of your chakras so that you can help activate this inner union and take on harmonic flight. The third message is the crown chakra, the unlimited self, absolutely. And there we have, I believe, again, the figure 8 there. I think I'm seeing that correctly, yeah. Yep, that's beautiful message. We're activating our crown chakra, which is our higher mind. I'm bringing these cards up close to the camera because these are code activations. So do look at them. These are here to help activate codes within your chakra system, your light body, and your auric field, or your energy body. Okay? So we are activating our crown chakra here, which makes absolute sense because that goes with knowledge and the links medicine, right? We're bringing forward our deepest inner knowledge and secrets. And remember, the links is associated with the high priestess. So know that your soul carries a giant book of soul experience, and that soul retrieval is part of what we are doing this year. And we're doing it through fully activating and further activating our crown chakra. And our crown chakra is part of not only what's bringing in this higher knowledge, putting us into alignment with our mission, it's also bringing in this beautiful divine union within ourselves and with a sacred counterpart or counterparts. Because I feel like with Harmonic Flight, it's also a union of sacred soulmates, which can be friends but also family members. And then the last message for us here, or tool, is endless opportunities. I love that. And within every bubble here, we have butterflies. So every opportunity holds something for you. But we're going back to one of the messages here, the pendulum, decisions. You have decisions to make. And perhaps you're feeling like there's too many opportunities. Which one are you going to choose? Or you're going to choose the one that vibrates with the highest version of who you really are and what you want to become. Okay? But I love this message because it's also telling you that if one opportunity or two pass you by, please don't worry. There's many coming behind it. You're not going to miss that opportunities is the message that I'm getting here. Okay? But do choose wisely. Think about it. And choose the opportunity or opportunities that are allowing you to be your authentic self, to be that beautiful cosmic butterfly that is wanting so much to take flight. I love these messages from Beyond Lemuria. And now to wrap it up, I wanted to bring in the tarot and also the goddess message. I think I'll leave the goddess. Nope, I'm going to bring her in right now. Okay, so the goddess that is guiding us in this Aquarius energy is the goddess Isis. I was feeling her energy earlier, number 24, which is 6. It's about harmony. It's about relationships. It's about rebirth, realignment, reactivation, regeneration. She is an incredibly powerful Egyptian goddess. Interesting, we have the High Priestess energy, Isis, and the Lynx, do we not? So let me read from the book, because the goddess Isis is about death and rebirth, but it's about really deep, powerful regeneration and rejuvenation. The process of soul retrieval, resurrection, and rebirth is her theme. This is a powerful moment to see some of what you thought you'd lost go through a process of regeneration to live again. Like magic, the pieces of you that were considered lost in old wounds and stories are ready to now be reclaimed, but in a healthier, more mature version. Where you were once hopeless, now there is hope. Where you lost your faith, you now have the capacity for even more. Where there was inequity or injustice, now you can see a better way. where you felt abandoned. Now you can choose you. That's the key here. Choose yourself. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and I didn't have anyone ask me, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? But I already know the answer. I am choosing myself as my own Valentine, because that's what matters to me the most. I am my own Valentine, because like attracts like. If I want to attract that divine counterpart, I have to become what I want to attract. Okay, so there's the secret of manifestation. And Aquarius energy is not only the field of unlimited potential, it's also the field of unlimited manifestation. And I want you to remember that and take that away from this message, that we are living in a time of unlimited potentiality. You are ready now to face the parts of yourself and to gather them together as you step into a newer and more powerful version of yourself, your work, your relationships, and your creativity. Have courage. It's time to let go of any blame that you may have, any shame or unforgiveness or guilt, and instead claim your accountability and then choose to create something better. Okay? You are not wounded beyond healing. You are not broken. That's the message here. And opportunities are not necessarily lost forever. Your insistence on defining yourself by your losses and your wound stories are not serving you anymore. So that's the deeper alignment message that Isis is bringing you. So let me read that again. If your insistence on defining yourself by your losses and your stories, your wound stories, these are not serving you now. Your task is to fully accept things as they are, and then choose to find a way to put the pieces together. Let die what doesn't serve you, and focus on what does. Okay? This is so beautiful. She is your fiercest ally during this time, but she will challenge you when you go off track. So remember, pick up the pieces, decide to tell a new story, and find your true home again. You will be amazed at how beautifully things come together when you reject the trap created by the stories that you tell yourself. You are the one that holds that key. Use it. Very, very powerful message. So I want to end this video with the beautiful messages from the Syrians through the Starseed Tarot. And so these are the messages of the sacred archetypes that are helping us here on this journey. And of course, we've got the Chariot here, right? The Chariot, number 7. Powerful, powerful energy. And again, we have the energy of the full moon. Something going on here with the lunar messages, the new moon, but particularly the full moon, to really pay attention to all of the full moons this year, but also the new moons, in particular the one we just had in Aquarius and the upcoming one in Pisces. The new moon in Taurus is going to be very powerful as well. So those are the new moons that are coming to really pay attention to. But every full moon, every month, is bringing us onto the Chariot. And that is Krishna driving the 5 horses, our 5 senses, okay? But Krishna's doing it from the seat of spirit. So the truth of the Chariot is that you are putting your spiritual body in the seat, right? You are the driver. Your spiritual body is the driver. And the horses, which represent your senses, your mind, your emotions, your physicality, you are driving these through your spiritual body. And I love it because here Krishna as the Chariot is driving this force forward with deep intention and focused intention through the cosmos. It's a beautiful message of movement forward, but fast movement forward with very focused intention, with courage, and with the wisdom of your spiritual body guiding you forth. And you're doing so in the energy of the full moon. I love it. Love it, love it. The second card here is the Six of Crystals. Again, we're back to that message of balance and harmony, aren't we? Give and take. We're getting the message of Libra. You know, with the Chariot, it rules Cancer. And now here we have the crystals, which are all the earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, but on the scales of balance. So we have Libra energy there as well. And it's about really stopping and taking a moment to recognize what you have achieved, that you have indeed built a lot already. Those 6 crystals are a sign of your achievement. It's time to share that achievement, to share with others, equal give and take. But I'm seeing here also an offering, that you are offering a rose to these outstretched hands, and that rose is a representation of love and of kindness and compassion. So we have that gentle feminine energy there with the deer medicine as well. And then in the crystals, we have more of that material energy. So perhaps you are offering someone not only material well-being or wanting to share your material well-being in your accomplishments in this life, but you're also wanting to share your cup of love, represented by the rose. This can also be a representation, though, of someone reaching out their hands to you because they also want to share with you and they want to give you something. So I love this card because it's about harmony and balance, about resting, taking a moment to really sit in your achievements and to really recognize what you have to give to the world. It's a beautiful card. 6 is a number of balance and harmony. And then we also have the 10 of Flames. Now, as we're doing the Tarot in particular, you may resonate with one Tarot message more than another. So please take the messages that most resonate with you and leave the rest behind. Now, the 10 of Flames, we're dealing now with fire energy, right? The suits of flames. So that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And this is an interesting card in this deck because the Syrian energy here, which they are cosmic divine beings from the constellation Sirius, they are showing us the end of the hero's journey. Because in the Tarot, the suit of wands or flames is about the hero's journey. And so now that the hero has reached the end, and the hero has a decision to make. So isn't it interesting how the 10 of Flames goes very much in alignment with the pendulum, and the 6 of Crystals goes in alignment with the feathers and the messages, but also the messages of relationship and balance. Now, the hero has a decision to make because the stairs here represent the ascension pathway, the journey into further and greater light, because above the hero is the sun. The hero is moving into that light. And look at that, what he or she is carrying. All the flames of their achievement, of their journey. But this is hard-earned work. So whereas with the crystals, we have the crystals, which is about material gain in the physical world, the flames is more about energy and creativity, where we have expended a lot of perhaps our imagination, our creativity and vitality and our courage to achieve something on our pathway into greater self-actualization and alignment. And so the hero is carrying that final torch to the top of the stairs. But it's time to rest, to take the stairs one at a time and gently, right? It's time for the hero, and it's okay for the hero to rest. But the hero does have a decision to make. Is the hero going to take that final torch to the top and continue this journey, even though he or she needs to take some time out and to rest, which is okay, because following the Ten of Flames, I keep getting the Hermit behind it for some reason. So there will be a respite here. But the hero could also choose to pass on the torch, pass on the mission to someone else. But the passing on of the torch can mean a passing on of the knowledge and the wisdom that everything the hero has learned, it is now time to teach. Remember I said there was a book waiting inside of some of you? But the book can also mean that you're here to become a teacher, a life coach, a therapist, a counselor. Is that going to stay? Yes, it is. So with these two cards, the Six of Crystals and the Ten of Flames, we have a message of it's okay to take time out to rest now, because you reached a place in your journey where there's achievement here, and you need to sit in the place of recognizing and honoring that achievement and taking care of yourself now. And this is where using the bloodstone to regenerate and rejuvenate yourself and calling on the goddess Isis will be a very important thing for you to do. And then for others, we have the chariot here, where you don't need to go through this part right now. You've maybe already gone through it, or you're still in the very highly activated stage and you haven't reached this place yet, okay? So take it as it may for you, okay? And we have two more cards to go. The Emperor, which is reason. Now this has a lot of messages. So the Chariot, when we have focused intention and we move forward with our torch to make sure we get to our 10th torch and to get to our Six of Crystals, the hero becomes the Emperor, reaches the place of deep wisdom, because within the Emperor we have all of the four kings: the King of Earth, the King of Fire, the King of Water, and the King of Air. The Emperor has achieved wisdom or reason. But in this deck, the Emperor knows enough that using only one's reason or rationality must be balanced with one's intuition and with one's emotionality. And this is a picture of Merlin, by the way, or I like to say Archangel Raziel, the keeper of the great mysteries. Now we're back to the links, right? See how all of these beautiful cards resonate together here? So Merlin has above his head here in the cosmos the 5 elements discovered by Plato and Pythagoras. Okay, these are sacred geometry, sacred geometric figures, and each one of them defines the elements. One is the element of earth, fire, water, air, and the last one is the element of the ethers or spirit. And so all of these elements, or if we want to call them sacred geometrical cubes or blocks of energy, sacred geometry, higher mind energy, is what is guiding the Emperor now into making the very best possible decisions. And look at that, the Emperor is holding a pendulum. So we're back to the beginning, that there are many decisions facing all of us this year, and many of these decisions will bring great change. And I get a lot with this, I'm getting with the Ten of Flames as well, that the hero has reached the completion of one journey, and the hero is ready now to start on the higher level of their journey. And the hero now needs to activate the Emperor, the deep, higher mind and reasoning mind, to move to the next level. And the last card, wait for it, is Strength. I love it. We have the lion symbolism here, don't we? But here we have the tiger. So we've got 3 different felines or cat medicine here. We have the lynx, the mountain lion, and the tiger. Very sacred animal medicine. But it's all about action, courage, and movement forward. Courage being the key activator here. It's about taking a risk. Remember I said in the beginning, you can choose the lower road or the higher road. The higher road means you have to take a leap of faith. There is risk here, but that risk will be well rewarded. And with the Strength card, it's number 8, so it's the number of the infinity symbol. It's about coming into that sacred inner balance within ourselves and bringing into our lives our sacred counterparts. That's the symbol of the infinity and the 8. And how the lion here is tamed or is able to be in its greatest strength when it embodies the divine feminine. So that gentleness of spirit, that receptivity that we all carry, that deep inner love, compassion, and understanding is what is tempering the lion and the tiger. It's what allows us to come in to deep inner balance. Strength in the Tarot is one of the major arcana that defines our union with our divine counterparts. So we are getting a profound message here with the Aquarius lineup and the Chinese New Year, that this is the year where there's a lot of divine sacred relationships coming into our lives, either brand new, people returning to our lives, or relationships around us developing and growing further than we could ever have possibly imagined. These are beautiful, beautiful messages. I invite you to check out my website below, jump on my Instagram channel, because as I said earlier, I have many series running there. I just started the Cosmic Relationship one. I will be posting things there once every 7 to 10 days to help guide you through this time and this year. And I'm sending you all a beautiful Valentine of love. And do know that the truth of Valentine's is that it exists in every second and every minute, every hour of every day. Valentine's is a state of being, and it's a state of being in cosmic relationships in the heart of love. Okay? I love you all, sending you so many blessings.